Hello, and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. Alright, let's continue, and do lots of nothing. By the way, the Indigo Tide represents justice, compromise, and the greater good. It is the tide of people who view life's No? Okay. Ah, I forgot how loud this room is.
Yes, now.
Let's talk to, Pauper. I wish Pauper was his name. That would be fantastic. Oh good, mutants. Let's talk to, Mutant. Oh, damn. What a twist. Didn't see that coming. Headless man. Perfect. I'm glad that he has no dialogue, because that wouldn't have made sense if he did. Crooked Keek. I don't know if that's a person. Oh, it is a person. There we go. A small, hollow-cheeked mutant sings a soft, wavering tune to herself. Yellow bruises discolor her skin, wounds formed not from violence, but from malnutrition, and her prominent bones bend and twist at odd angles. Still, she smiles. She smiles at the oily water devoid of any fish. She smiles as she arranges her empty basket beside her, and she smiles at you when she sees you standing over her. Oh good, we're tall. Or she's short. Or both. Hello! I'm Crooked Keek of the Cold Canyon tribe. I haven't seen you down here before. I hope you're not here to fish. They're nibbling instead of biting today. Ah, you're crazy. Okay. Still, I probably could have guessed that. She coughs into her cupped hands, a raw and ragged hacking that bends her double. You take her for a child at first, but after studying her features, it's clear she's in her late teens. It's only some mutation, and her bony stature born of starvation that makes her seem childlike. I don't care. Sorry. I thought I cared. I was wrong. As is traditional, I've forgotten why we came here. The cultist glances over at you casually. His eyes widen when they reach your face. I heard you intended to explore the city, but never imagined you'd find your way down here. What an honor! He folds his hands before him. How can I help you, beloved vessel? Give me a place to sleep. Apparently this is why I came here. The cast-off. Not recently, he says. But she does work with Folsom from time to time. He may know where she is. I'm going to examine you like an item. The man is pale, dirty, and nervous. He is stealing glances at your tattoo every chance he gets. He flinches when he notices you studying him. Bye.
Let's go.
Hopper? Varanoth? What a name. This large and heavily muscled woman wears what appears to be rags that should have fallen apart years. That says ages. Damn. Ages ago. She looks so tired that it wouldn't be a surprise if she fell asleep on her feet. And yet, when she opens her mouth, her voice is energetic, like a little girl who's about to get a present. Hello! Can anyone hear what I'm saying? I can't make this work. Without warning, she slaps herself. I hope no one saw that. Who are you? You talking to me? Head swivels awkwardly around, trying to catch a glimpse of you. Oh, you are! My name is Varanoth, champion of the wastes. The woman flinches at the sound of the very different, booming voice that came from her own mouth. It's not my name, you stupid thing. It's Varanoth, champion of the wastes. Damn. I come from a land you've never heard of. Damn it. I guess I'm not allowed to say. So you aren't Varanoth, champion of the wastes? I'm not, but you might as well call me that. I'm just Varanoth. One shoulder shrugs and keeps shrugging. I'm not actually here. I'm just talking through her, trying to move her around. Her shoulder freezes mid-shrug. Keeps yelling over me if I talk about something I'm not supposed to, she says, lowering her voice. But maybe if I speak carefully... Her chin drops to her chest. My family explores the world, using special tools. The body stabs itself with its finger pointedly. But they tell me I'm too young to help, so I waited until everyone was sleeping and, you know. The head lolls back on its neck, winking at the roof of the cavern. You an explorer too? Yes, just like you. The body gets easier to control after a while. This is gonna give me a tide change, I bet. Never mind. It is such a relief, she says. It looks so simple, but it's really not. What can that construct do? Well, it's really hard to break. My mother, that's who usually controls it, once got stepped on by an adult earth shaker. It just stuck her in the ground like a nail. The woman flexes a massive bicep. Am I flexing? The girl says. I'm trying to flex. Anyway, it's also incredibly strong. Punch holes in mountains strong. The arm flops back to her hip. And it's not really a construct. There's no metal inside. She has blood, bones, perfect human expressions. Not that you can tell from how I do it. The girl adds sourly. The woman's face grimaces along with her. Where'd you get that? I'm definitely not gonna go wherever you are and murder everyone you know and love. Also murder the people you don't love. I was born in a storm on a battlefield at night. The woman roars. Huh, the girl says after a respectful silence. She really doesn't want me to tell you what I just tried to tell you. That's a shame. Can you tell me anything about where you got this contract? Seeds, the girl blurts. Oh, she let me say it. But I probably won't get away with more. Sorry. Tell me in disparate words. Why do your people explore? Our impenetrable fortress in a lost valley is falling apart. I think we should just go out into the world for real. But no, my family is afraid. The fingers on the woman's right hand wiggle like they're playing an instrument. Her dead expression doesn't change even as the girl's voice rises. I'm not, of course, but they won't even let me use this thing. I have to sneak around like a child. Oh no, how awful. Who are you again? Good. Alright. I hope that we get to stab her at some point. Oh, damn it, I have an axe. I can't stab anyone.
We shall see.
Oh, that man has a name. I don't think that's a man, actually. But they have a name. This man towers over you, enormously fat and draped in gaudy robes. His expression is calm, stern even, as he regards the bloody mess spread across the floor and wall. The hooded figures on either side of him tense as you approach. He turns to inspect you, eyebrow lifted, and raises his hand. His bodyguards relax, watching you. In the space of a second, his eyes flick over you. He nods, apparently to himself, as if your presence has confirmed something he expected. What are you doing in the underbelly, falling star? Apparently he's Australian, or what I think is an Australian accent. My business is none of yours! Silvertide raised a tiny amount, you dick. I disagree. Folsom says mildly. You're in my territory, godling, but carry on with your business. If you anger me, you will know. He surveys the air above your head. In the meantime, I am seeking a murderer. Your help would be appreciated. Well, usually I like to be the one doing the murdering. I've only killed 2 people since I started playing this game. And I'm disappointed. He turns his back on you, staring at the vast pool of blood. This is all that remains of Weedle, one of my protégés. I had hopes for him. Now they will never be realized. The underbelly is poorer without him. Rage beneath his voice cuts each word shorter and shorter. I didn't convey that at all. Bring me any information you find. Help me discover the identity of his killer, and you will be rewarded. He exhales sharply, then turns around. The fury you glimpsed in him is buried once more.
Making a note.
There's an assassin named Makina, he says. She is known as the White Death. I have helped her find work in the past, but she has become erratic. If she is not involved, she might know who is. If you wish to help in this matter, ask her what she knows. A creature named Mapper may know where she is. Oh, well, that's helpful. I was looking for her anyway, although I've forgotten. Oh, because she is like us. She is one of the past changing gods. All right, you can count on me, mister. Hey! I hope so, he says. Trustworthy allies are in short supply. I didn't say anything about being trustworthy. What? Let's go talk to Mapper. Hello, Mapper. From a distance, it looks as if the mutant is wearing a form-fitting suit of finely patterned lines in white, yellow, and pale blue. On closer examination, it becomes apparent that these are tattoos, and they cover nearly the entirety of his body, even his shaved head. His actual clothes are simple and worn, and his boots look as though they've seen hard use. He is studying the meaningless swirls and whirls on his arms, and mouthing names that mean nothing to you. Oh, excuse me. Solvi, Alin, Ergau, entries. When he looks up at you, you see that a strange device covers one of his eyes. A deep blue light shines in its center, and it seems to measure and evaluate you as he focuses on you. He smiles as you approach, a broad, beaming grin that says he considers you a friend already. I'm Mapper, he says, extending his hand. I've been everywhere around here. I've found my way into places long sealed and best forgotten. Met all sorts of people. He frowns. Can't say I cared for some of them. It's true. Sorry, I fucked that up. His voice is fast, insistent, and incisive. Still, I try. The communities of our world are islands of light. Sometimes they wink out and sometimes they flare up. I want to link them together. I want to be a bridge. Oh, that's nice. I'm looking for an assassin.
Making a note.
Matkina? The White Death? I've heard of her. I know where she hides, too. He grins wide, exposing a mouthful of extraordinarily white and clean teeth. I can tell you where she is, but I hate to say it comes with a price. Much as I love to talk about my travels, I need to finish a patch of my Sagus Cliffs map. And I need bragging rights for the next time I see the navigators. He shrugs. Also, she might not be happy I've told. But I might be able to help you find it. For a trade, of course. He drops his voice. Have you ever heard of the Changing God? No, never. Don't know what that is. Savior of Sagus Cliffs in times past and so forth. They say he had a sanctuary under the city. A place he used to retreat and plan for the future while he thought on his past. You know, making possibility maps. That sanctuary is the one important place I haven't seen in Sagus Cliffs, and I need it to fill in my map. As far as I can tell, it's not far past the Stitcher lair. The problem I'm having is that I just can't make any sense of their language. Maybe you can talk to them. He shrugs disarmingly. It's a hell of a price, I know, but there it is. You want to find Matkina, you'll find the sanctuary for me. Can I threaten you? Can I threaten you? Is there some other way? He sighs, exasperated. There must be. Changing God wasn't the kind of person who'd just put one entrance into the place, but I haven't been able to find the back door for the life of me. I'll be back. Let's go over here.
Without doubt.
Oh, I can click on, I can interact with that. Still haven't found a place to sleep yet, though. Might. That is disappointing. Let's step away until we've had a sleep.
Without doubt.
I still can't quite believe that I haven't gotten to sleep yet.
Yes, child.
Leave area. Oh look, it's the Dishonored? From Tyranny. I can't remember what they were called. It was Dis something. Let's talk to Levy. Why not? I may have blanked on the fact that they are both levies and thought that was a name. I think they were the disfavored. This violet-skinned visitant paces back and forth before the cavern's opening. It wears fine clothes that serve to accentuate the tall, thin crest on its hand. A symbol has been painted on the crest, mirroring the insignia marked on its chest. Its clothes are finely tailored and well made. The name of the creature's race crawls to your mind. It's a Varyelan, which you've totally never met before, I promise. This one has temporarily chosen to be female. Her bulbous eyes flash quickly around her surroundings before focusing directly on you. Your pardon. Her voice is high and fluting. This place isn't safe. Do you want something of me? This cave isn't safe? Not unless you trust the discretion of the Stitcher, those insectoid monsters that are prowling about. Most people are afraid of them. Oh great, I'm looking for those. Maybe they'll have a place for me to sleep. My true quest in this game is to find a bed. Oh. Oh look, we can examine these rocks. Well, I was sort of hoping for some sort of XP from that, but no such luck.
Yes.
Alright. Part of me wants to go and explore the city to find out if there is actually a bed somewhere that I can sleep in, but, you know. In a stall filled with all manner of dusty parts, connectors, and strange devices, a woman tinkers with a half-assembled power source, peering at it through spectacles that have several adjustable lenses. Her long white hair is disheveled, and the skin of her thin frame is marked with small scars and burns. She looks up curiously as you approach. Welcome to Michaela's Mechanicals. I got a bunch of broken stuff and a few things that work. You want any of it? Let me know. Do you know an assassin? Maybe? Oh, I know that one. Carked and twitchy. Asked me to ken the workings of some weird old device she had. Obsessed with it, like it was a bit of sniff, and she a slave to it. Never seen the like. Never fucked up a sentence the like either. Nearly killed me when I couldn't make it work for her. She frowns, remembering. I'd have been mad, except I saw how sick she was with it. Shaking, tears, the whole lot. Sent her on her way and wished her luck. She'll need it, poor thing. Let me see what you have for sale. Is this armor? No, really, I'm asking. It's worse than what I... Good. Oh no, do I have the witchcrafted suit? It's mine. Mine is the witchcrafted suit. Okay, this is marginally better. A root spike. With a furtive... Ooh, a cipher. I may have temporarily forgotten the difference between a cipher and, whatever the hell the other ones are called. What is this comparing against? Alright. I don't know why, I always think the one on the right is the shop's one, since the shop is on the right, but no. So this seems like a ranged weapon. Ranged weapons aren't fun. Okay, great. Actually, this might not be bad. They're called artifacts. Wow, that costs 205, okay. Very well.
Yes. Now.
Ooh, what's this? Let's go interact with it. Watch as I wish that I had put points into machines. At first glance, this ancient, unmoving construct seems nearly identical to the others in the manufactory. It's only when you move close into the hazy aura of forge light that you see the intricate, no chaotic, whorls of engravings marking every millimeter of its armored frame. And the worker standing behind it is adding even more. Morning? The construct says. It is morning, isn't it? I never pay attention to the time. There's not much use for it down here. Firelight twinkles off the construct's blank eyes. I'm artisan. What can I do for you? Nothing. Literally nothing, apparently. Thanks. I'm glad that I got stuck on him for a minute there. It was worth it. Right, I really want to find a place to sleep. It's getting to the point where I feel like off stream I'm going to have to go and look up where I can sleep.
I'm going.
Right, let's look around and try to decide which looks like the most likely place I would be able to close my eyes and rest for a while. I think maybe if we go up here, we'll be able to find an inn or something, then realize that we don't have enough money to stay there, get disappointed at the inn, and then move over to some sort of paying job. Fuck up that job, have to kill someone, loot their body, take whatever they've got, sell it, and then sleep at the inn. By the way, if you have a 100% chance to hit an enemy, you automatically gain the maximum amount of bonus damage that you could... Oh.
Yes, now.
Well, they look interesting, but we'll ignore them for now. Because the whole point of coming here is to go to sleep. I mean, that looks like an interior. An interior possibly would have beds. Which is quite hopeful. Seems to be some sort of leaf fountain. Nice. There are no beds here. There are no beds here. Apparently we can't go in there. I bet that's where they're hiding all the beds.
Of course.
And there's nothing over here. Okay, great. Let's try this door then. We could have looked up there, I suppose. Maybe we should look up there first.
Let's go.
Towering above you is an enormous archway of metal and synth. Energy pulses through the structure, spilling from thin, transparent panels in subtle shades of gold and cyan. Examine the archway. It appears to be dormant, but very much alive. The archway emits a low and constant hum, just at the edge of your hearing. Across the top, illuminated words are inscribed. The House of Empty Time. Heavy rope-like cables connect the archway to an ancient device nearby. Try to activate the archway. You scan the parts of the arch that are accessible from the ground, but you don't see anything that resembles a control device. Finally, you give up your search. If the arch can be activated at all, the method is unclear. I bet you there's a bed through this archway. Can I interact with that bit of it? Power still flows through this ancient machine. A brassy heartbeat pulses within it, just at the edge of hearing, and tiny bubbles orbit the entire structure. No, not bubbles. Holes in space. You don't want holes in your space. That's always odd. This one. Sure. Yay, I succeeded at something for a change, and then accidentally skipped half of it. You close your eyes to better concentrate, sinking into the currents of a memory that does not belong to you, or at least the body you are in. And you hear the thunderous heartbeat of the operational generator calling you from across centuries. You open cold, focused eyes, ignoring the screams, the drifting tangles of black smoke. Your attention is solely focused on the health of the machine's heartbeat. You reach into the hissing guts of the generator, adjusting and tuning, hoping. The heartbeat bleeds into the present. Your hand, your body's hand, rests on the rusty surface of the now ancient machine. Gained 2 XP. Do I need like 200 to level up? That's worthless. Look through the orbiting holes in space. Oh, I got 2 more XP. You lock your eyes on a hole, watching it orbit. Sometimes the building it passes in front of are still there. Sometimes they're on fire. Most of the time, however, nothing lies beyond the hole in the air but blackened wastes and whirling dust. Bugger off, I guess. Oh wait, did I examine this device? Oh, all this XP. Your hands slip over the cobbled together components and greasy cables. The buttons are worn from frequent use. It is a strange accomplishment, this machine, clumsy but deft. Amateurish but masterful. Only a brilliant mind could have melded so many disparate parts into a functional device. Unfamiliar memories whisper to you. This device was used, though you don't know how, to generate a field that unmoored everything within it from time itself. Your fingers scrape a rough patch. Lifting them, you see a circonate? Yep, sure. Circonate symbol etched into the side like a maker's mark. Well, guess we'll bugger off.
Yes, now.
Here's hoping for a bad. There's no bad here, is there? Why is there no bad? Slouched before you is a figure clad in a dusty, unremarkable robe. Loose folds of rough cloth shift to reveal a vaguely humanoid form, with elongated facial features and 2 elaborate biomechanical arms. You can't help but notice the size, the shape, and even the number of its digits changing as it tinkers with a bizarre-looking device on the table. It glances up at you. Its eyes are the size of your palms. You realize it is a visitant, a being from another world. Did we not meet one of these earlier? Greetings, fellow sentient, it says, nodding with studied respect. I will be with you in a moment. Its mechanical fingers contract and dance independently over the surface of the device before it, adjusting and tightening. There. I am Snerf, guest of the Order of Truth. I don't know where this accent changed. What brings you to my workspace? I just need to sleep. I just need to sleep.
All right.
Is there some way I can sleep from the menu? Maybe? No? Okay.
Yes.
There's no bad here. This was not a good idea.
Yes.
Never mind. No, we won't talk to him. He's not gonna be like, by the way, I have a bed in the back. Okay, in case you need to sleep, I got you. He's not gonna say that. God damn it.
Yes.
Well then. At least we can quickly get back to the underbelly.
Yes.
Let's go over here and see if this place has a bed. I'm never gonna get to sleep. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be just like real life.
Fine.
Oh look, it's Silver Orphans. I'm pretty sure if they allow me to sleep, it'll be fine. Are those beds? Those look like beds. Better let me sleep. A woman as tall and graceful as a willow steps forward to greet you. She bows, then looks down at you with warm, gold-flecked eyes. Welcome, she says, to Tranquility's Rest. I am the proprietress. Proprietress. That's all, okay. Tranquility, are you looking for a place to take your ease? Yes, for 2 hours. Or is it 3 hours now? I don't remember. It should have been many more. As she speaks, a sense of delicious calm comes over you, and you find yourself wanting to agree with her. There's nothing you'd like better right now than the peace and solitude of a quiet room. She sniffs the air. There's more to this woman's charms than long legs and sweet... Oh, this is Calistache. Whoops, I don't remember what her voice is like. She's giving off some kind of calming pheromone. Interesting. I would love a place to sleep. Tranquility smiles. I'm so pleased, and I'm sure you'll be most comfortable. The price is 20 shins per person. I am gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to stab you. Oh. Oh, God.
Thank you, dear. That feels better.
Wake up! A woman says, and you do. She stands, arms folded, watching you with a grim expression. Everybody's pissed at you because you should have done stuff earlier and resting advanced quests. Quests, not quests. There's been another murder in the underbelly, she says. A little mutant named Crooked Queek. Oh, her. Folsom wants words with you. She turns to walk away. If I were you, I'd head down there now. Look, I may have told Folsom that he could count on me, but I never said I was telling the truth when I told him that. Can I murder her? I would like to murder her. Is that... Can I... please? Well, at least we know where we can sleep. Even if, apparently, we can't sleep for free. Which is irritating, considering how important rest is, but whatever. Later I'll find out that actually I could have slept for free, and there is totally a way to do that.
Ready.
Still though, I mean, quest complete, we found a bed.
Let's go.
Well, this looks interesting. I've decided that I'm going to take a very long time getting to Folsom because I just like being a bit of a dick.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yes.
I also want to know if there's a free bed somewhere. Partially hidden in the trash of the dump is a strange and frightened creature. It is covered in chitin like an insect, but its shell looks thin and soft, and its small, malformed claws seem half-grown. It stares at you from its hiding place and chitters incomprehensibly. Well, I mean, if it's incomprehensible... Oh, God, please no. Can I kill this child? A scrawny boy in rags reaches out to you as you pass. Ma'am, please, ma'am. I know you saw the stitches hiding in the midden. Please don't tell anyone about him, ma'am. He's not doing anyone any harm. Who would I tell? Lord Vuntgen has been stirring up the neighbors, telling them to look for a rogue Stitches and promising them a reward if he's found. Thank you for telling me who I would tell. I mean, come on. God damn it. The boy gestures toward the west, where you can dimly hear a booming voice and the answering shouts of an angry crowd. Okay, so not only have you told me who I need to tell, you've also then pointed me in their direction. Jesus Christ. Okay, really? They think the Stitches is dangerous, but he's not. You saw his hands. He can't dig like the others. It's not him that's bringing down the houses. I don't really give a shit. You said reward. Not telling anyone doesn't get me anything, and before this I wasn't planning on telling anyone, but now a reward is involved. Now a reward is involved. It doesn't belong here. Shit, I should have lied. Maybe I can find a way to get him out of here. But he's not, ma'am. I'm telling you, he can't dig. All he wants is to go somewhere safe. All I want is to get reimbursed for my fucking sleeping habit that I've accrued. Jeez. Gold tide. That should have had lie in brackets, because that was a lie. I'm going straight to that angry mob. I guess I can't force you. Just please don't tell anyone where he is, or they'll kill him for sure. Look, if they pay me to kill him, or pay me to kill him themselves, that's all I ask. If you had said, by the way, I'll pay you, then things would be very different. But they are not. Yo. Declaiming to the crowd is a well-dressed but sickly-looking man, short, dumpy, and an unhealthy shade of yellow. Despite this, he has the proud demeanor and the stentorian voice of a much larger man. He booms at you as you approach. Ah, another likely lady. Excellent! The people have called for deliverance from this raving Stitches, and a hero has answered. Most courageous of you. He smiles. All you have to do is be the first to find the rogue Stitches that's been terrorizing Cliff's Edge. Return here and tell me precisely where it is, and I'll take it from there. The kid mentioned a reward. If you're not going to pay me, I don't have any reason to tell you anything. He pats you on the shoulder. And you'll be rewarded, I promise you. As the head of a slave family, I'll owe you a favor. And my favor carries a good deal of weight. What else carries a good deal of weight? Gold. Or shins, apparently. Yeah, I know where it is. Wonderful. Thank you, friend. He turns to the crowd. Citizens, this brave hero has found the Stitches. It is hiding in the dump behind the fifth eye. Go forth and bring it to justice. With a roar of triumph, the crowd turns and runs for the fifth eye. Some of them have weapons. Probably should have checked that that was behind the fifth eye. I may not be entirely sure where I was. I mean, they look like they're running the right way. Money, please. A few moments later, they all straggle back, cheering and hooting. Many of them have blood on their hands. They cluster around Lord Vuntkin.
I'll remember that.
Oh, I leveled up from that. Excellent. He holds up his hands. Citizens, while I cannot condone you taking the law into your own hands, it cannot be denied that because of you, Cliff's Edge and all of Sagus Cliffs is a safer place. He looks out across the crowd. And I hope you learned a lesson here today, that our enemies are everywhere, and we can only defeat them by staying strong and vigilant. I was promised money? As the crowd cheers, Lord Vuntkin turns to you. And now, friend, for your reward, of which you deserve every shin, don't forget that I have considerable influence in this city. If you find yourself before the council, or you need something from the bureaucracy, you can count on my aid. What? Why would I do any of these? Thank you. Bonded items. You acquired a bonded item. These pieces of equipment are powerful Numenera artifacts. Ooh, they go in the bonded equipment slots on the inventory screen. When equipped, they fuse directly to your skeletons. So be sure about that before you do it. Nervous systems or organs providing significant positive effects, but their invasive nature can also produce negative effects. You can equip up to 2 bonded items at once if your concentration skill is at the novice level. Both items inflict their negative effects. If trained, you ignore the negative effects from the first item. If specialized, you shrug off all negative effects from your bonded items. If your skill level is inability, one of your bonded slots is locked until you can improve the concentration skill. My pleasure. Best of luck to you. I thought I was getting money. I mean, I'm not upset about this, actually. I think having a bonded item is very cool, but I was expecting money. That man is glowing. -2 speed pool. Do I care too much about the speed pool? I know what... Oh, there. Speed. Right. Raises evasion by 5%. So we've got... how much does it decrease? 2? Yeah, let's do it. Really? What? Okay, sure. I kind of thought that, you know, if it fused to my skeleton or organs, then that would be, I don't know, something that might be harder to take off. No, I don't want to do stat pulls. I want to do, oh shit. I think that would be a good idea, because we've got quite a lot of this stuff already, so... Oh, excuse me. Did Calstash? No. No, she didn't. She did not level up.
All right.
Let's talk to this glowing man. I've rested now, so I feel like I can just go and talk to people. The first thing you notice about this wiry young man is the golden haze, the glow surrounding him. It sparkles in his eyes and gives his easy grin a warmth that you can feel right down to your gut. He spots you and straightens.
I know what you're thinking. How in the world did you survive that crash, Eratus? The answer is, as it always is, backflips. But hold on. How did you know my name? Never mind. Not important. Of course you know my name. I'm Eratus.
And you have voice acting, yay! He plants his hands on his skinny hips and beams. So I take it you're someone I can add to my party and have stab people for me. Oh, now you don't have voice acting. What a flippant motherfucker. I'm glad you asked. This is somewhat of an understatement. He looks ecstatic. I was climbing up the cliffs to Caravanserai. Yep, sure. It's Caravanserai, I think. To see how impossible it was, and then I saw a star falling towards the reef. Oh, hi. He raises an earnest finger. I knew right then that finding that star was my destiny. He runs his hand through his curls. But what was I going to do? Climb downpouring? Already did it the other way. Walk? Walk? Worse. Far worse. No fun at all. He grins. Then I saw the airship docked over my head. I raced on up, borrowed the ship, and pointed it right at the reef. His face falls. I don't know what happened next. Despite my expert piloting, the airship steered itself directly at the cliffs. I had no choice. I landed as fast and hard and safely as possible. Shaking his head, he sighs. Never did find that falling star. At this point, someone else has found it, and it's their destiny now. Can I say that he's in luck because the star has found him? But no one found the star. Oh, I got Silvertide. No! Eris shouts overjoyed. Yes, really? It was really you? He grabs you by both shoulders. This is fate. You were meant to travel with me. You have to. Don't say no. No. Yeah, sure. I like having people who can stab people. Of course you do. And I'm ready. I'm always ready. Oh, we are absolutely heading into a fight. That seems like a fun cult. Just, you know, going off of basically nothing. To be fair, we've only really seen the Changing God cult so far, so... I want to talk to these people, but first we should go talk to Folsom, because he's upset at us, and maybe we'll get to kill him in a fit of jealous rage, or normal rage. Nobody ever has mediocre rage. The red tide represents passion, emotion, action, and zeal. It is the tide of people whose goal is to live life in the moment, to experience... Never mind.
Something to do.
You have too much voice acting now. Folsom.
Soul of action.
Folsom, give me your answer due. He beckons at you, a hard, sharp motion. His jaw set, his teeth partly bared. Someone else was murdered in your absence, he says. A woman called Crooked Keek was killed beside the water. Turns his face from you. I ask that you share any new information that you have. If you do not have any, find some. Do you live in the underbelly? Not quite, and I don't really know why I'm not pissed at you for asking that instead of telling me what I want to know. He smiles like he's playing it for the millimeter. By the millimeter. I rarely sleep, so I need no bed of my own, but I have spent most of my life in these tunnels and grottos. It is a good place, cruel and unforgiving, but good. His slow gaze sweeps over the underbelly. Sagas foolishly sends its undesirables here, as if it is worthless. The underbelly is a place of hidden treasures, wise machines, and kind mutants. If I had a home here, I would not regret it. I want to examine the murder scene. At first, Folsom doesn't respond. He merely stares down at you, through you. I'll not have you trample through his blood without cause, he says at last. So there had better be one. You asked me to investigate. I agree. All I want is to catch the killer. You're not caring about such things, but I may help. You want my help, you let me pass. The murder... This one. Oh, Blue Tide raised a tiny amount. I guess now I can mill people. He casts a doubtful glance behind him, pauses, then nods. Let her pass when she's ready, he tells the hooded figures at his side. They incline their heads. Bye!
Yes.
Interact. Inspect the hand. Not much remains of Folsom's former protege beyond a vast, still pool of blood, with a skinned hand at its center. A bloody circle is scrawled on the wall nearby. Examine the hand. A flayed hand with long, slender fingers lies palm up in the center of the pool of blood. The rest of the victim is missing.
I'll remember that.
You step away. Examine the bloody circle. You gained 2 XP. It is immediately clear that the dashes and bleeding pinpricks decorating this circle are not random. This is a symbol drawn with careful intent. Unfortunately, it means nothing to you. Before you can look away from the circle, a memory bulges painfully through your thoughts, and the memory isn't yours. Surrender to the memory. Fresh blood steams over the circle, yanking you through the hollow at its center into the world beyond. A strip of blistered land coils through a void as black as a gaping mouth. The air is thick, foul, and textured with the slickness of maggots. Nausea slams into you, filling your head, infecting your thoughts. You shove the horrific memory away from you, slamming your mind shut like a door and swallowing the knot of nausea in your throat. After seeing that world, the bloody pool at your feet seems almost mundane. Well, I guess we'll leave.
Naturally.
I wonder if Varanoth's gonna die next.
All right.
It's been a day. Maybe they have something different to say. Go, says the girl from the older woman's mouth. You're back. Aye. Oh, there's, this. Interact with it. This thin, glowing thread pierces the surface of the water and plunges deep into the black depths like a white line drawn in shining ink. Examine the line. You try flicking the shining string, and your finger goes right through it. Tug on the line. The line is still intangible, you dipshit. Oh wait, that's not what it says at all. Pfft, now I feel like an idiot. You take hold of the fishing rod and begin reeling in the line. A muck-coated oddity hangs from the hook. You grab it. Gained item, Schwiss, maybe? Tug on the line again. You take hold of the fishing rod and begin reeling in the line. But nothing is on the hook. You might have better luck tomorrow. Oh, that's convenient. Maybe that costs, what? Do I need... No, do I need 60? 60 shin to sleep now? Jeez. A tiny skinned hand rests palm down. Palm down at the center of the huge pool of blood. On the nearby wall, someone has drawn a bloody circle pierced by jagged symbols. Let's inspect the hand. The skinned hand at the center of the pool is small and misshapen. Nothing else remains of the victim. Examine the bloody circle. It is immediately clear that... I've read this. I've already read this. Alright, great. Let's go and talk to the insect people to try and find our way into that place that the mapper wants to go to. You know the one.
On it.
Talk to your companions frequently. They can yield interest. What do you know about murdering people, Calistage? What can you tell us about the Dendra O'Her? Whoever they are. They conserve knowledge, which is surely valuable. However, they also keep it to themselves. We cannot yet extract memories for all to benefit, and they don't go so far as to write down what they discover. She raises one shoulder in a languid shrug. I don't fault people for their tastes, culinary or otherwise. I wanted to ask you about one of the people we're traveling with. As you wish. What do you think about Eratus? Have you noticed that glowing cloud that surrounds him? I am convinced it hides something. I would examine it more closely if he would let me, but then I suppose I would have to listen to him blather as I did so. Yes, what? Eratus says, jolting out of his wide-eyed examination of the sky, even though he's in a cave. I heard you say blathering. Are you talking about me again? You're never far from our thoughts, dear, believe me. Let's talk about something else. That's all I wanted to... Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you feel. We get along more easily than I do with most, to be certain. Is that because I don't talk to you ever? I thought she would have some insight on all these murders, but I guess not. You catch Eratus staring at the sky, even though he's in a cave, with a distant look in his eyes. His strangely pale skin is nearly bronze in the golden glow surrounding him.
I should climb a building. No, a tower. And jump off the top. Should it be on fire? Yes. Yes and yes.
Sounds fun. Well, not today, he says. We have things to do, I think, don't we? That distant look resurfaces, along with a need so deep it approaches hunger. Anyway, I'm just planning ahead for if things get, He grimaces, as if the word he's trying to say pains him. Boring? Yes! He shudders. I have to be moving. Boring seconds turn into boring minutes, then entire hours where nothing happens. And then you're dead of old age, he says, wiping away tears. But you aren't here to talk about me, he says, then blinks. Or are you? How are things between us? Great, he declares, throwing his hands in the air. I knew we had the same instincts for adventure. I mean, all we've done is look at dead people today. Which, to be honest, is probably not that exciting. Oh, I like them, he says airily. They keep things from getting too quiet or thoughtful. Really? They get in the way of mirrors, and I appreciate that. He blinks several times. Oh, you want more specific details? Who about? Still only one other person. But tell me about the mirrors. Are you a vampire? I did? He says, blinking. What a strange thing to say. Who doesn't like mirrors? I certainly don't. Wait. He frowns. His golden aura fades until it almost isn't there. I like mirrors, he says finally. I have no problem with them. Let's talk about something else. What is that glow? I don't see anything. Seriously, what is that glow? I still don't see anything. Names mean things? He says, gasping, gaping. Oh, they were just there to put words on faces. He frowns. It should mean fast or impossibly handsome, but I really have no idea. Do you know what your name means? If I named this character, it's Old Norse for thought. He says, turning to your other companion. Oh, never mind. Treasured array, Kalistej says without a pause. Lovely, isn't it? Yes, Eratus breathes. I hope mine doesn't mean something disgusting, like box of greasy meat or dirty pants. You'd be embarrassed to be seen with me. We certainly wouldn't want that, Kalistej says coolly. Hold on, he says, ripping a much-folded page from his doublet. Oh, excuse me. This sounds like an exciting quest to set off on someday. He writes furiously, tongue peeking from between his teeth. Discover secret meaning of name. Done! Tucks the page into his doublet, grinning. Where do you come from? This is not the right time to be asking about this. I come out of the west, Eratus declares, his glow intensifying, traveling day and night to escape the hired killers hounding my every step. I am okay with this. From the storms of the south. At first, I think I was only an outline in the clouds of dust, but then... Eratus leans forward, palms spread, eyes wide. I emerged, swords in every hand, cape swirling. You should have been there. Where were you born? That's a strange question, he says, his glow dimming. Babies aren't interesting. And he brightens. Literally, of course. You're asking when I realized I was a hero. Yes, that's what I'm asking. He frowns, cocking his head. I don't remember. Maybe I'm supposed to tell you I've always been one. He looks up, nodding. I've always been a hero. Let's talk another time.
If you want a job done right.
If I kill them, is anyone gonna mind? Hello, Mallet. The burly man sneers at you. His name is clearly not ironic, flexing muscle-scarred hands that could easily encircle your throat. That says massive, not muscle. His tongue probes his stained, sharpened teeth, and a short, blood-stained club swings from a hook at his waist. So what brings you down here, Shulmeat? He says, playing in the dark? He chuckles long and low. Ah, I don't give a shit. I thought this was,
Something to do.
someone I needed to talk to, but clearly it's not. Something's been irritating me about this portrait, and I just realized that it's because his beard hair doesn't match his actual hair. Yes, that's actual hair. Oh, you have a name. I should probably talk to you, then. This massive creature looms over you. A scent like lightning and an underground cavern washes over you. And it reminds you of nothing so much as curiosity. It chitters and rumbles, waving its large claws through an expressive dance. Something about these smells, sounds, and gestures seems familiar, a niggling itch in the back of your mind. At least you remember the taxonomy now. This is a Stitchus, a huge burrowing insectoid. It points to itself and says, "Chickit. Chickit." Yep, we going with that? Chickit. Follows you with another stream of high-pitched noise. What can you tell me about this place? It looks at you intently, and then its spatulate fingers begin a slow and careful dance. The sounds it make are slow chitters that rise and fall in pitch, accompanied by the smell of ozone. Good rock, full of electricity. This guy is not gonna have a good voice. I can already tell. Take me to the city, right? Can you take me someplace? Fuck you. Oh, wow, harsh. For the scent of warm gravel, the Stitchus clicks and whistles. You understand the words yes and shins. Ah, for money. Okay, that makes way more sense than just sure, bud. I have heard the Changing God had a sanctuary underneath the city. Can you take me there?
Remember that.
The creature listens carefully to you, and then slowly rotates its whole body. Its hands in front of it. Jaquette's odor is that of internal organs, slowly liquefied. A bright and pungent odor. No, it croaks. Not humans. You almost have the sense of the language, the structure, the feel, the sound, and scent. The itch in your mind intensifies. You can feel the memory of the Stitchus language waiting to reveal itself. Let's do 4. Good. Your mind blurs, a memory racing up from forgotten depths. You see yourself interacting with the Stitchus, the two of you patiently exchanging hand signals, a small box between the two of you translating your words and thoughts. Each time it conveys a thought or concept, the device sends a stimulus into the appropriate parts of your brain, and electricity into your limbs, making you a marionette. Your muscles twitch in sympathy with these memories, and you realize that the Stitchus tongue is a jumble of scent, movement, and sounds. With the memory, information pours into your mind. As if a plug had been removed, the smell of granite fills your nose. As you return to normal consciousness, leans forward. Smell granite. Knowledge. It rumbles, it spiracles. You know, I was going for an insect thing. I realized I should have been going for a rock thing. Well, it's too late now. Its spiracles vent a minuscule trace of gas. The Stitchus looks at you, and its body posture and slight movement indicate a question. Does human speak Stitchus? Your muscles remember, and you twitch the proper response. Puffs the scent of lightning. Never speak to human, so. Heard memory from elder, not believe. Human almost sentient? Imagine. Grub think like stitches. It clasps its hands together. Speak smart. Better now. Can you take me to the Changing God's lair, please? It regards you suspiciously. Trevacost, Nietzscheans, Costensians. Where go? The Changing God's sanctuary. No. All have told already. Must stop fishhead person. Not permitted to see eggs. I'm a fishhead person? Alright. What do you use the shins for? Human cell Numenera. Call self Mechala. Trade shins and other Numenera to stitch it. Stitch it, trade shins for Numenera. Good for dig. Melt into walls and tunnels. Make stronger. That way shins. Still want to go to the Changing God Sanctuary. Ask you some more questions instead. We need to talk about the stitcher. It scrabbles briefly at the wall, and a bit of lightning flares from the crown of antennae on its head. Its shoulders shrug, and you smell dust. We stitches. Live in rock. Dig deep. Devour electrical charge. Not enemy humans. Keep to community. Grow old and new home. More, perhaps, but is detail. Long. Human. Not interest. Speak. Will answer. Did you come to be under Sega's cliffs? Why are you digging here? Fuck you. You annoying prick. Well, that's awfully aggravating. I suppose you can help me. I was wondering what you were doing here. I am conducting a diplomatic negotiation on behalf of the city. Unfortunately, I am not dealing with a reasonable species. Crest flutters irritably. I've made no progress at all. Days wasted in this miserable tunnel, and I have nothing to show my superiors. Maybe I can help you negotiate. You carry yourself with poise and confidence. I've learned to be a judge of such things. She puffs up her crest. Perhaps you would be a skilled negotiator, but that isn't what I need. The circumstances call for a new tactic. She nods. If you truly think you can help, let's put you to the test. She waves off the levies who flank her. Her gestures are short and choppy, sharp and irritated. It's these damnable Stitcher, she says. I speak to them, I offer, cajole, negotiate, and threaten, yet they persist in their digging, and every day another house on the cliffs above slips into the sea. Their digging does not cease, the city itself may crumble, so here is my request. Find a way into their deepest tunnel, remove their precious eggs, and return them to me. These hostages to their future shall ensure the future of the city above. She spreads her hands. I trust your discretion. I am going to sell you out to get into the sanctuary. Between the two of us, she whispers, the amount of energy in a single Stitchus egg generates I put an in there and I shouldn't have done. The amount of energy a single Stitchus egg generates is remarkably high. Profit hides within each. Bring me all of their eggs and I will split the proceeds with you. She pauses. If you can negotiate a lasting settlement that does not require such drastic measures, you may also pursue that method, but I have been trying for days with no success. I think I can help you.
Making a note.
Good. We need to stop the Stitcher before they bring down the entire substructure of the city. She pauses and lowers her voice. If you manage to infiltrate the air, yep. If you manage to infiltrate their lair, be sure to acquire all their eggs. I suspect they will have multiple clusters, and we will need them all if we want to negotiate from a position of strength. Tutorials, ciphers. We got a Pokeball! And she hands you a synth ball with a blinking device inside. Once you're in the lair, activate this. It will show you all the tunnels, the egg clusters, and the Stitcher themselves. Better to know what you face before you charge ahead. Thanks, I'm gonna go sell you out. A woman wants to kidnap your eggs. Now take me to the fucking sanctuary. What do you think of Peliel? The Stitcher seems discombobulated for a moment. Oh, then it thinks a little more. It sprays out a blast of pheromones, and you smell the sharp tang of acid and weakened stone. It smells like distrust. Leo, fishhead grub, non-person. It leans closer. Wants eggs, can smell desire. Oh, so me selling her out doesn't really help since you already... Okay. Put eggs in safe place, hidden, not let thieves take eggs, harm broodmates. You smell hardened shells, calcium, and silicon baking around the stitches, the scent of determination and safety. Not let anyone harm eggs without fighting. Can you, not do that? Gonna no do that? Persuasion? Why? Where we go? Give reason to stop. Look at my persuasiveness. I'm gonna have to sleep now. Considers your words for a short time, and then looms tall. No, this home. Can't stop humans if need. Maybe humans move instead. They build on food. They surprised at Eden. We stays. Talk about Belial Pelai again. She asked me to retrieve your eggs. A heavy stone crumbles to dust in Chikat's fist. Yes, knowledge. A heavy feeling, like lightning about to strike on a hot summer day, settles around you. Not trust. Fishhead grubs destroy Stitcher for no crime but feeding. Now that we've established a bond... Just, you know, just on the off chance, maybe? God damn it. Alright, let's go move those rocks that have a corpse under them. This is probably going to play into that quest somehow. Retry. Yeah. Yes. The first rock is the hardest to shift. Once you warm to the task, you are nearly flinging them aside until you have fully exposed the corpse beneath. Examine the uncovered corpse. Clearly, the creature was digging this tunnel when the roof collapsed and killed it. Its smaller claw is mangled and smashed, but apart from the crushed thorax and a few gashes in its carapace, the body itself is surprisingly intact. Let's go tell the large insect man about that, and then perhaps he will be dissuaded from digging. He'll think, oh shit, if this is all rather unstable, then fuck. Hello, prawn. I mean, ditches. This. Humans above are suffering. Red, really? When humans dig, they care for us. No, why we care for them. Move deeper beneath the city? Have been. Rock not good. Soft, not efficient. Electric, not strong. It leans back. What else? Never mind. I was hoping I could tell him about the dead one, and perhaps that would dissuade them from digging, but apparently not.
I am the very soul of action.
I hope you have news
I'll
for me.
remember that.
Mind you, I would go there myself. The Stitcher are quick to dispatch intruders, and I doubt they would take humans or Varyellans there of their own accord. Perhaps a construct of some sort or a digging machine, but I know little of fabrication or manufacturing, so I will leave that for you to explore. Thanks. Thanks. Let's talk to... We probably need to go talk to the manufacturing people over there, but first let's talk to this construct that we know about. Go, says the girl from the older woman's mouth. You're back. No, nothing. Okay, great. Never mind.
Yes. Allow me.
Who's this? Let's interact with it. The construct looms over you, frozen in mid-step. Its heavy limbs and barreled body have been recently polished by careful hands, but the joints themselves are completely fused. This creature hasn't moved in a long time. It studies you with eyes made of swirling orange fire. Late for your first shift, Smith, it growls. Grab a station and a hammer and Do you call all your workers by their position? Get to work. Fantastic. After an hour of work, the master foreman bellows you back over. You go, stretching your aching arms. They feel somewhat stronger than before. Supervisor tells me you're not the synthsmith he hired, but I gave you some work to do and you damn well got to it. I respect that, but we only take on experienced synthsmiths here. Its fiery eyes flare. Now, I don't want you thinking we let people work for free. I had the supervisor leave you some shins for that hour of work. Take it. You're all right by me, Master Foreman. I won't kill... Okay, I'm not making that promise. Wow, one might. Excellent. Now, why are you actually here? Out with it. Trying to betray some insects? I am the Master Foreman, the construct declares. Its tone puts you in mind of someone speaking while saluting. The mind and the will behind the city you see today. You can't move, can you? No, and I don't need to, it says, eyes flashing. A passing worker gives you a look for triggering what is apparently a familiar story. Once we foremen were the tools of the cartographers and their vast web of machine intelligences. Submerged in the song of their will, we worked with thoughtless joy. Its voice is soft, tinged with synthetic awe. Oh, I fucked that up. Then, one day, the song fell silent, and our bodies froze where they stand even now. Some of us lost faith in those first few centuries, it growls. Some of us thought the cartographers were punishing us, or had abandoned us. Only I saw their absence for what it was. His words grow hoarse. It was a gift of free will. We were their tools no longer. We were our own masters, freed from the chains of thoughtless motion, free to imagine our future. And so we did, for millennia. Just sad thought about it. Who are these cartographers? We don't know, it admits. The most we knew of them is their names in the code, and the vessels we were building for them that they never claimed. Our creation came at their order, but we have known their faces. We have never known their faces, only their song. While the others dithered and wailed, I bent my mind to the future. It continues. I analyzed the work we had done for the cartographers. To my shame, I found flaws in the processes. I removed them. Its eyes burned brighter. For the next cluster of centuries, I studied the vast catalog of known technology and Numenera in my mind and strung them together, creating new inventions for the day when the cartographers returned and reactivated us. He sighs, but that day never came. Can I leave? The humans eventually did? Well, no shit. And though you are flawed and fragile, you made perfect tools, just as we had once been. Your people found us, and the era of my greatest work began. They asked us to help them raise this city until it cast all others in shadow, to cobble their artifacts and their trinkets into grand devices that would power every corner and make them safe from their enemies. And I told them... It coughs as if holding back tears. I told them I had a plan. You see the fruit of our mighty effort all around you. Why? Why? Let's talk to this one. Well, apparently they work on a spaceship. Okay. Hello again, Artisan says. What do you need? I was really hoping that I could ask you about the bug people, but apparently I can't. Is there a named worker other than this guy we can talk to about that? Oh, you have a name, though it's not a very encouraging one. The elderly man stares vacantly at a distant wall, muttering under his breath. His hands flex on the air, twisting and tweaking as if he is repairing a machine only he can see. He jumps when you draw in a breath to speak. Yes, what? He says, his eyes rove past you, halt, then return to focus on your face with some effort. Ain't you a quaint one? He says cheerfully. The underforeman makes more noise than you. We should hang chimes from your ears to keep you from surprising people. What do you need? What's a foreman? What do you do here? I take care of my master, he says simply. The under-foreman. There used to be more of us when he was making things, but when he lost interest, the master foreman, he jerks a yellow thumb at the construct at the center of the chamber, hired 'em all, offered 'em more. Tarnish spits on the ground. Happened a while back, but I don't forget a slight. I don't care. Oh, I really just don't care. Okay, what can you tell me about the bugs? They stand in my way, and apparently I can't just kill them all. The scrawny old woman peers at you through her spectacles. Welcome back. Want to buy anything? Let me know. Where do you get your stock? She shrugs. Trade, mostly. There's an old priest name's Aligern. Didn't we meet that guy? Who brings me things now and then. Doesn't like to tell me where he finds them, so I don't ask. I get stuff from Little Manth, too, though sometimes his stuff's too hot to touch. Even a few things from the Stitcher, if you can believe it. You trade with the Stitch? Really? Now and then, they'll dig up all kinds of things in those tunnels of theirs. Picky about what they trade for, though. Only want things that'll hold a lightning charge. Flash packs, generators, that kind of thing. Her brow furrows. Which is weird, now that I think of it, because their eggs hold a charge. Like little batteries they are. I've even convinced a few of them to power things. Though, don't tell the Stitcher that. Be like using a baby for firewood in their eyes. Okay. I don't think babies would burn very well.
Here I come.
None of this looks helpful.
With alacrity.
We've spoken to them. Let's go speak to them. They're the murderer, by the way. Calling it now. This lissom Jack looks down on his luck, judging from his bare feet and dusty jerkin, but he takes in his surroundings with a hopeful gaze. As you approach, he smiles and throws out his arms in greeting, which reveals the tools of his trade on his belt. He puts a finger on the side of his nose and gives you a wink. How now, helpmate? Got any vert plod for a topside slipper? Farewell! Alright, well, oh, there's Aligern. Aligern. Whatever.
I want nothing to do with this Carradine. But you bring her to my door. Ditch her someplace, and then maybe we can talk.
Fuck you too. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this stream here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that if you did enjoy, you will come back and watch some more. I stream from Wednesdays to Sundays, usually, although this week I think I missed most of that due to some unforeseen circumstances, so that was good. On Sunday, I stream the creation of my Fallout 4 mod, Bay of Sins, which is a quest mod. Be good fun, I'm sure. If you're interested in that, you know, feel free to tune in. I've got a YouTube account and a Twitter account, both of which I will post notifications to 5 minutes before going live. So if you'd like to catch these streams and those streams live, then that is a good way of staying informed. So thank you again for watching, and have a good day.